Okay, we're going to do a shoulder mobilizer. This time we're going to work with the arms in an overhead position. We need to make sure that we're challenging ourselves to work the arm in every different position. This overhead stance, once we leave childhood, we're not out on the playground and hanging off monkey bars, we tend to not use that overhead range as much. And if you're not using it, you're going to start to lose it. And that's often where a lot of shoulder problems come into play, is if we're not able to move freely into those overhead ranges. So this is a really simple exercise to get you moving in these directions. The first thing we need to do, though, is just to figure out what range is presently available to you without any discomfort in the shoulder, and also what range is available where you're still able to maintain the integrity of your neutral alignment. So let's start with arm arcs, then we're going to get going with this ball. So whenever you're ready, Jill, carry the arms up toward the ceiling on your inhale. Now, as Jillian exhales, she's carrying the arms overhead, but making sure as her arms go overhead that she's not following the arms by arching and lifting the ribs up, stopping her range before she feels any discomfort in her shoulders, and then coming back toward the ceiling and finishing with her arms by her side. So we'll do that once more, and let's see what range is there for Jill. So she's got a pretty full range. And so that's going to determine where I put the ball. Excellent. You want to try to keep the arms long, a little more stretch. That's it. Back toward the ceiling. And lower back down. Now, we're doing both arms, but we want to really individualize this. So let's just take your arm closest to the camera up. And now I'm going to, after watching her range, I'm going to place this ball underneath her arm. So she's going to rest her arm on the ball. You can keep your palm facing in, so you're in like a karate chop position. And now if I were to put the ball further down her arm, that would challenge her to have more flexibility in her shoulder, get it closer to the floor. If I wanted to give her more support, I could have the ball higher up, closer to her elbow. She's got pretty full range, so I'm going to put the ball right about here on her forearm. And now she's going to keep the arm long, but not hyperextend. Put a little bit of, just enough pressure into the ball that it does not move. So that starts to wake up the shoulder muscles. And now I want you, Jill, to try to push the ball away. So this is taking that shoulder blade into a little elevation. And then as you exhale, glide that shoulder blade down and connect. Draw the shoulder blade with the connection to the ribs, the connection to the core. Inhale, elevate the shoulder, moving the ball away from your head, and exhale, feel that deep connection to the abdominals. Easy glide of that shoulder blade down. You don't want to force it down, jam it down. It should be an easy act. A couple more times using the breath to move the ball. Exhale, just keeping enough pressure into the ball to stay active through all the muscles of the arm that finish around the deltoids, around the shoulder. We'll do one more like that. Perfect. A little reminder, anytime you work only one side of your body, whether it's your arm or your leg, before you switch sides, it's a great idea to just feel the difference. Notice the difference between the two sides. You might just notice in a still, relaxed stance, laying down. Legs could be bent or your legs could be straight if you're working the lower body. And just compare the sensation between the two sides. You can also do a little movement. If you've done the upper body, you might want to move your arms, maybe into an overhead position or some circles, and compare the sense of freedom you have between the side that you put your attention on, that you were moving mindfully, and the side that was still not active. Compare the two sides and acknowledge the positive change you've created in your body. So anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. Don't hesitate. If maybe you've got less mobility in the other shoulder, you may have to situate the ball slightly differently on this side. Okay, have fun.